What's up guys, Star Killer here. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. This video is the title you can see, it's Naruto. And before we start this video, I know for a video that has Naruto in it, it should probably have Naruto gameplay, but as you all probably know, or you don't know, I don't know if you play, but Apex Legends Season 11 Escape has just came out like yesterday. So we have some arenas gameplay, and yeah. Before we start this video, disclaimer, there will be spoilers in this video, so if you have not seen Naruto and you want to see Naruto, I would suggest that you click off. Let's get right into the video. Naruto Part 1. We're going to start the story off by talking about the original Naruto series. Now, I really enjoyed it. I was kind of confused because at first I thought Naruto was just horrible and didn't really want to watch it because I just thought it was a bad show. And one day I decided just screw it, I'm just gonna watch it. I watched a couple first episodes and I just at first I didn't really get a lot of things that were happening because I was new to the series, and I know animes explain literally everything, but I still didn't really understand a lot of different concepts and things that were implemented in Naruto Part 1. Now, a lot of things happened in Part 1. Sasuke, left the village and joined Orochimaru. Naruto learned Rasengan, Chidori. Not Chidori, he didn't learn the Chidori, but Sasuke did. But, it was nice and cool. But my only problem with Naruto Part 1 is that a lot of the jutsu and characters were kind of presented to be very overpowered, and like a lot of different jutsus. Like Rock Lee is a prime example of this. He was kind of shown as an amazing character, and don't get me wrong, Rock Lee is an amazing character. I love him, but when he activated 6 of the gates, or 5, I don't remember, it was shown, they're really powerful, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of presented that they were like really overpowered, and he when he kind of beat Sasuke in that kind of sparring match and stuff, like people thought that he was like really overpowered and more powerful than a lot of different people, and I feel like that was just a little bit wrong because a lot of the Jitsu people were kind of, like I said, overpowered, at least implemented to be that. There's a lot of different foreshadowing for the next series, which would be Naruto Shippuden. It was really good. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about Naruto Shippuden a little later, but I'm gonna start with a classic battle scene, the first mission that Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura first had, which would be the mission in the Hidden Mist, the one where they fought Zabuza. Now, this was really a favorite fight of mine because I really like Zabuza, even though he barely appears in the show. Like, he appears only 2 times, one in the war arc of Naruto Shippuden, and one in, like I said, the beginning of Naruto. And, it looks like even though he doesn't appear too much in the series, I still really like his character, I love the Executioner's Blade, it's really cool. Now, during this fight, it was pretty cool because we got our first Kekkai Genkai reveal, which would be the ice-style ice release used by Haku. And like I said, Kakashi was also implemented in this battle. I feel like to be very overpowered, which like I said, he is pretty powerful. But when in this battle specifically, when Kakashi first reveals that the Chidori, Sakura kind of in her head explains that he's so powerful that his chakra is visible, which is like an understatement because we see throughout Naruto, the original series, and Naruto Shippuden that lots of different jutsus are visible by chakra. It is a sign of the shinobi is very powerful, but it also is not that hard to perform. And it's Sakura we're talking about here. The most useless character and most hated on character for a very good, very very good reason. And I really don't like Sakura. It's one of the reasons why I don't like Sasori too. I know I kind of went off track and went towards Naruto Shippuden, but I don't like Sasuke a lot because I'm not really a big fan of the puppet master jutsu in general, and also he got beat by Sakura. Great Chio did most of the work, and Sakura just kind of finished him off. But if you're that vulnerable to get beat by Sakura, you don't belong in the Akatsuki at all, and you deserve to be killed off the show. Now, when I first saw the Rasengan, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so overpowered, which it really is. Jiraiya taught it to Naruto, and Minato taught it to Jiraiya, kind of a passed down jutsu, and it's very powerful, But, since Naruto didn't have very good chakra control, he had to use shadow clones for the whole entire Naruto series, the original, part 1, and half of part 2 of Naruto Shippuden. And, this was fine and all, because it stated that Kakashi noticed and observed that Naruto had very bad chakra control and couldn't perform the Rasengan without having assistance, with the Shadow Clone doing a rotation, and he implementing the chakra inside of the Jutsu. Now, I'm going to talk about Naruto Shippuden now. Naruto Shippuden was way better than the Part 1 Naruto series. Like I said, there was a lot of major plot holes and things that didn't really go right in the original series. Now, just so you guys know, I am a dub watcher. Everybody says sub is better because it has more feeling and stuff like that. And I'm just going to say straight out right here, I do not care at all about feelings. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not really that big on acting where I pay attention to every single line and thing in the sub. You look away from the screen for like 1 second and you just miss the entire flipping show. You don't understand what's happening. It's pretty dumb to me that people don't want to watch in their own language. Like I said, people are like that for some reason. Like, they want to, this line doesn't have enough feeling in it, so I watch sub. Now, a lot of people who love sub and just sit there and hate on dub are most likely have never watched dub before. And if you don't like it, fine, I don't care. It's your opinion. You like dub and I mean sub, and good for you. But like, a lot of people have not even watched dub, and it's like, why? How do you know it's so bad if you haven't seen it before? And it's very stupid to me. And I also kind of don't like that a lot of times people, when they're stating like jitsu or techniques and stuff like that, they use the Japanese term from it, mostly because they watch the sub, and they just sit there and repeat lines from like the original sub, and I just kind of don't really like that, because it's like they act like they speak Japanese, which they obviously don't, and just stupid to me that they think that they speak Japanese. Like, Almighty Push, that in Japanese is Shinra Tensei, and a lot of people state that, and it's just kind of just be off, like, you don't speak Japanese, like, stop, just say the flipping regular version, because you read your subtitles, or maybe you missed it because you turned away from the screen, I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting back on the topic of Naruto Shippuden. Naruto Shippuden was, like I said, very amazing, It had way more action than Naruto Part 1, I'm going to talk about a couple of my favorite characters. First one I'm going to talk about is Itachi. I think this one is a very fan favorite, Itachi was, amazing elite shinobi. Like, he got into Anbu when he was 11 years old, which is really insane. He graduated from the academy very early because he already had mastered the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And, he's a very powerful character. He has Fire Star Fireball Jutsu, which all Uchiha have, a Susanoo, a flippin' Genjutsu, Tsukiyomi, and Amaterasu. Like, he's very OP, and he can beat pretty much almost any character. Like, he's very powerful, and the Uchiha are really powerful, so that kind of explains, he kind of is like a personification of the whole entire Uchiha clan, because all of his jutsu are based on Uchiha clan powers, unlike Sasuke, who has kind of his own other jutsus. Most of his jutsu are, like, derived either from the Uchiha clan, or just an extension of Chidori, because, Ufa just, yeah. I don't know what I just said. We're just gonna ignore that. Anyway, another one of my favorite characters, I would say, would be Obito. Obito is really cool, We first noticed that he was like Toby and stuff like that. He was such a funny personality, he would all be goofing around with Deidara, which is another one of my favorite characters that I may talk about later, or if I don't have enough time left. But he's also a goofy character. But then it's just that one episode where we kind of like just start freaking out when he starts talking in a deep Madara Uchiha voice, or so we thought. And it's just so crazy to me, like, that you would think that Toby, out of all people, the goofball that we're presented with, would be the leader of the Akatsuki, which is really insane. And I love the Kamui ability too, because it's Kamui's a really OP ability, and it's very hard to counter it, not unless you have the left Mangekyo Sharingan of Obito, or you're just very fast like Minato. That scene where he invades the Leaf Village and then just throws a kunai through his head, and then catches it, and then Rasengans him from the back, and just almost decimated him, and just severs his control from the Nine Tails. Now, this is very cool. I also love Minato, almost said. I may talk about this in a future video, because I'm kind of almost running out of time here. But I'm going to quickly go through the other characters I wanted to talk about. Shishui. Shishui never really appeared too much in the series, like he barely appeared. But it also stated that he was more powerful than Itachi, which is really crazy, it's kind of saying something, because like I said, Itachi was a very elite shinobi, joined the Anbu at age 11, and it's really crazy, that it stated, Shishui was much older than Itachi too, but like I said, it stated that Shishui was more powerful than Itachi. Now, this is going to be it for the video. I'm probably going to do a part 2 on this very, very soon. You'll see next week, probably. And, hope you guys have an amazing day. Stay safe. Look out for part 2. I also forgot to mention this in the intro, that today's week, I'm going to call it my Thoughts Week. Because I'm going to do a segments, like, for this week of videos that, my thoughts on different topics or subjects. So be tuned. Stay out for the videos. Subscribe, like, and yeah. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Starkiller out.